For me, it's been a long journey. Since the Palestinian cause first got close to my heart, it's been about 30 years. I first started reading about the Palestinians and very much resonated with me. I think in particular what I heard Yasser Arafat say back in the 70s or so, that we are the Red Indians of the Middle East. So that resonated with me, all right. And so I've always been following the issue, but I've never actually been involved in any Palestinian cause up till a couple of years ago when I first met Sid and Omar and Phil Sherwood at a Palestinian Solidarity Conference in Abbotsford at the university there. And it was the first time I'd met a Palestinian. And since then, Sid and I have kept in touch. And this came about. Eva Manley asked me if I was interested in joining the Canadian Boat to Gaza. And I says, yep, I'm interested. So it took a few months from there when she first asked me to do that. So I want to thank Eva and Jim, Irene, McInnes, David Heap, who I've been in communication with all these folks who have helped me kind of navigate my way through all the stuff that has to be done in preparation for the trip to Gaza. I want to thank Sobi and Taman too for this restaurant here. This is the third time I've been here. Looking forward to the Palestinian cuisine. There's a style of tradition where we usually bring out all the cooks and the servers. I guess after we have our meal, I think we want to bring out the cooks and the servers to give them a round of applause. This is what we do in Stalo country. Food is sacred, and we must honor those people who have prepared and served it for us. That's our way. I wrote a blog here. I've got a blog here. I'm more of a writer than I am a speaker. So I wrote this blog. It's still the first draft of the blog. There's still probably going to be more to it, but I thought I would read this because it really kind of sums things up about where I'm at now and how I'm feeling. So, going to Gaza. I'm joining the Canadian Boat to Gaza, challenging the illegal Israeli naval blockade, showing solidarity to the Palestinians suffering under the brutal Israeli occupation, and I'm scared. It comes to me in the quiet of the night. A visceral image of my mortality flashes across my mind, then my heart starts thumping away. Thankfully, these episodes have been brief and infrequent, so certainly I'm not paralyzed by fear. My resolve has not been broken. I think it has more to do with what we Stalo people call Ts'elxweyeqw, our life force, the primordial life instinct that insists that you must avoid death. Of course, there's only a slight possibility that our mission will come to a violent end, but it's a possibility that's hard to ignore. The most probable outcome is that we will be illegally apprehended by the Israelis in international waters, put in an Israeli jail, and then deported back to Canada. The desired outcome is that we deliver our humanitarian aid directly to the Palestinians of Gaza, and that we move substantially towards a just future for Palestine. There should not be a world where violence and injustice exists to the extent and duration as it has in Palestine, inflicted by one of the most powerful military forces in the world, backed by the most powerful military force in history. But this is the world we live in. This is our world. And because it is our world, it's we grassroots people worldwide who must take up the struggle for peace and justice, which is a fundamental tenet of the mission to Gaza. This is a grassroots effort. This is part of the struggle for peace and justice. I am an Indigenous person of this land, showing solidarity to Palestinians who are Indigenous to their land on a far part of the earth from here. So this is also a mission of Indigenous solidarity. As Indigenous peoples, we know loss, we know dispossession, we know violence, we know injustice, we know genocide. We know too that the will of our people will not be bent by a larger force. We will not be defeated. We will always rise up. Excellent.